Hey guys, so I have a lot to show you in this video. I want to show you how I completed my October book. So fat, and I like it. Strangely enough, I prefer when it's fat in these kinds of covers than hard covers. And I want to show you that I got my leather book and I'm gonna get another one, and also something I've been doing to maximize my time because that has really been an issue. So I'm just gonna do a flip through. I won't say much because you've seen different stages. You see, you can look back at those videos where I showed the first 3 weeks, and then on my Instagram I had some pictures of completed pages, and so I'm just gonna flip through because I think it's pretty straightforward. I meant to do a drawing here, so I don't know. I was going to do a drawing of a pie, and I just never got around to doing Inktober. I had places all around, but I didn't end up doing it. This was the day that I got the leather book, and this came in the package, so I just thought I'd keep it here as a reminder. I don't know if I will use it somewhere else, but I thought it was a good way to keep it in the journal. And this is the final day, and I did it right on the cover. So I didn't go anywhere, but I had this mask, so I said let me snap a picture wearing a mask, and it has the fall colors and stickers, and so I like how everything turned out. I'm very pleased with this book, and I love my new journal. Before I show you what I've done so far, why I said that I have found a way to maximize my time is that I have, you know, that I've done collages. So what I did is I scanned them into my computer so that I can print out different sizes of my collages, and I've used a bunch of them on the covers of these books. These are the 3 books that came in this journal. And right now what's in there is what I showed you. I did this video showing you how I made collage covers, and so you can check that out if you haven't seen it. And then, because the reason this came about too is that a journal that was in the pages that were in this book had all of these collages that I had done, but I didn't like it. I didn't like how the book was coming, and I didn't want to part with it. I didn't want to just toss them away, because I hate when it gets this stiffness and this curving. I just didn't like it. So I said I'm going to preserve the collage by scanning them and then printing them whenever I want. And so I have these. These are like direct copies before I realized, you know, I'm going to scan them and put them in my journals. And so, like, for instance, here we have this image that is now a cover for this. So if you know, love some of the collages I've done and you want to like give them a new life, like I could put this on a page and change a few things, and I just have this as a base. And so that's what I mean, it would save me time, because I know I already like this layout, and I know I can always add to it and give it a new feature. And so these are going to be pages in my journal. So probably one side will be this, and I'll do something else on the other side. And since I'm going to be doing a lot more writing, I said I'm going to do some watercolor and then write on top of it, you know. So some days I'm not meeting a blank page, you know what I mean, because that can be really challenging and intimidating, even no matter how long you've been doing it. Like, I have been an artist for a long time, but I still, just like with writing, I still get intimidated with the blank page. So this isn't a Midori or a Traveler's Company. I did order that one because I think I'm more curious than anything to see why people love them so much. So I wanted to, you know, get one, and you know, kind of got it discounted on Amazon, and I'm going to look at it and see why people love it so much, because I think this is, it's sturdy. It's from this company. I don't know if you can see the name. Yeah, so I think it's really great, and it came with this pouch and these, as I said, 3, but I prefer when there's only 1 in there that I can work on, and too much is just going to be overwhelming for me. And I'm thinking too that I might wait till I get the ruled pages to make those my writing journals, but I also like I like this kind of paper for sketching and writing. But what I like about this is that it has a thicker paper that can take mixed media. So I'll definitely use something like this for my writing journal to keep a log of my, you know, notes on stories and the research that I'm doing. You know, because why shouldn't it be a fun book to write in? Because most times my school stuff is pretty straightforward. Either if it's a book I made, it just has tea-dyed paper, or it's a book that I have purchased. And I'm like, why shouldn't I have fun with it? Just like with my other craft stuff. So I'm very excited to see what that Knit Midori or Traveler's Company travel journal looks like. You can see that this already looks a bit worn, and I kind of like that, but I have some coconut oil. I'm going to condition it. Just lightly rub some coconut oil with a little rag on here to kind of bring out the features better and make it more interesting. And so I'm going to look to see how to do that best, and this is going to be my daily journal. And now that I have these stuff, I'm going to just put them down, because the only thing I've added is just washi tape to reinforce it, because I used tape, I didn't use glue, and so the washi tape keeps it down. I'm wondering if I shouldn't use something to cover it, to protect it, but I think that's probably what the leather cover is for anyway. So when I get the other leather covers, I'll know what to do, or I'll just keep them separate until I switch out this insert, you know, which is basically how it's done. But I really like how it came out, and I'm glad that I have these images for whenever I want to. Let's say the good thing about it is that instead of just printing or copying, which is what I did, I copied it first and it was the exact size. But when you scan it and save it as a picture, you can always print different sizes of it for whatever reason. And I'm thinking maybe I should do some of these and make it available as a printable. I've seen people do that, but I just never thought, you know, to do that myself. And so, you know, I might think about doing that when I have a page that includes more of my artwork. Then I would feel better about sharing it with people to say, hey, print this, because it feels more like me. But for my own purposes, the random collage technique that I've used works right now. And I made sure to do inside as well. I was thinking, because sometimes what I do, instead of having the brown paper or the brown cover, I would just glue down this side. But I'm like, no, why take away pages? So I just put down another one of those sheets on the inside. Same thing here. And I didn't make it too busy. And here I can put my address to say in case anybody finds it, they can return it there. Same thing there. The only thing that's added is the washi tape to reinforce it. That's all. And I love this picture. I'm so glad that I scanned it so that I will always have it. I got it from a little planner book that you guys saw in the last video. And so I like that, because it just makes me feel cozy looking at it. And interestingly, it has this date, because that was a scrap that I used, and it looks kind of like it's going to be a travel journal, but I think I'm going to use it for other stuff. And I did this page and I preserved it so that I can always print out sections. You know, it's just, it was so fun. I was very tired when I came home, and I still felt energized to do this. You know, it really makes me happy, and it's a way for me to do something other than the academic stuff, because that can become very draining. And you teach and you write and you research, so you know, you have so much stuff that's going on, it becomes pretty draining really quickly. So I'm just really excited. And so even though I may not use them right now, they're in the lineup. And I have watched so many videos where people are like, I can't believe how quickly I went through an insert. And that was my experience, because I was only using these sizes for travels and trips. And so I knew that it would have to last for the trip. But now I'm just going to work and populate them with interesting stuff. Alright, so far as I said, I have my pocket where I would usually put some early receipts. Because this is a writing month, it's National Novel Writing Month, I tried to give that theme going on here, where I had a note to the reader from one of the scraps. The person is talking about the novel they've written, some writing, this was from the children's book that I've been using from October, and more of these scraps. I'm pretty sure you've seen this pattern before. These were some words that were in this Iman book. Join the Book Club was in my words pouch. Remember I told you about these that I keep with envelopes with remember I told you about these that I keep with just like scraps of words and stuff. And this is today, and this one has a pocket, and I kept a little bit of scraps in here. This was also something that I had already done from that book, and I printed it out, and I'm glad too, because I get the, you know, this complexity of a collage, but it's kind of flat and not too bulky. This is an Instax printer. That's the only thing that's really bulging off, and this was the tote tag, and I said, and this I got from the internet. I just googled vintage number 2 because I wanted it to keep within that theme, and just printed out that number, and I added these strips. So I like how it, and I added this strip, you know, and a little bit of washi tape. So I didn't do a lot. And just the same here, where I printed out these smaller. Remember I told you I scanned my collages, so here's a really small one that works, and this one as well. And I just put down a little writing paper and washi tape. The writing paper was a part of another collage that I printed with this washi tape that was there. So you notice that this is a little bit it's not as bright as this. That's because it's a copy, and I just glued back this fall leaf, and I got this number online as well. This was already set up as a photo page, so tomorrow I'm gonna, after I take a picture, I'm going to put it there, and that will be all. I just need to write my stuff to do, and the picture and the page will be done. And I went as far, only did it as far as the 4th, and so you saw that I had this already. I put that back here. I really love this image, and so you might see it come up. I know that might be strange for some people to be like, why do you want the same image over and over and over? It gives me joy, and I won't do it too much, but I definitely loved it. I love it here. And we saw the cup of coffee. I might have a smaller one somewhere else. I won't be overdoing it. I still want to do collages, but I like the fact that I can print out some stuff if I don't have enough time as background, you know. And as I said, I added a lot of washi tape, and that was it. And this is actually a pocket, so I'm very excited, and it makes me happy to look at this page. I can't wait to write my to-do list. I'm probably going to paste it here or tuck it in here, because as you see, that's what I did here, is just like put it right here. This I got from UL's at the university magazine, and it was saying register for summer, and I had this in my scraps, and it's good because I had to register today for next semester, hopefully my last semester. It's definitely going to be my last semester. definitely. Right, so that's basically what I wanted to show you. And as I said, having these stuff in here already helps. because some days, I mean, I have enough time to do a whole collage, and I already have this stuff. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Check me out on Instagram. I started an Instagram recently, and I've been so happy to see people coming over and looking at my stuff and liking it, and I have seen some interesting stuff too from you guys. So keep on sending out the word. Check out the Instagram. I'm on Facebook. Go to wandikagale.com. You guys know that I have journals in my store right now. I am going to work on a new set, but that's not gonna be before, you know, the end of the month. But if anything happens, just keep watching the page. Just click the notification bell so you know whenever I post a video. Alright guys, walk good.